Well, here we are, June 23rd here. A little late for shed season and everything like that, but wanted to finish up doing those videos we were doing. Just got behind. We didn't get out a bunch more, but these are the ones we found there after we did that last video. We weren't really shed hunting, just working on the farm, and then some during turkey season. So we'll just go through them here real quick. I'm just by myself, obviously, but I was shed hunting when I went down there. This one was a buck I found. He's super cool. I think I have measuring this. It was just like straight up. It was like, I forget how many inches, but this buck was from like 3 or 4 years ago. We were hunting him this year from this shed. His other side was a big like 6 or 7 points on this side. Nice mainframe six main points, and then it had some bunch of kickers, but I think it was a mainframe 6 or 7. And then this side was just straight up. It was just a split here, and then he had 2 points here, and there was a bunch of kickers like this off this side. I'll have to look for some trail camera pictures of him, but he was like a 6 or 7 year old deer we were hunting, and this side was just always messed up from each year that I've watched him on camera, but never did find his big side shed, and then obviously didn't find this one until this year, but it's like 3 or 4 years old, and pretty much chewed to nothing, but still glad to find it. Just goofy. You can see the pedicles all just weird how it was formed and broke off, but it was pretty cool to find that. Nothing left though. It's still pretty cool from a deer from that long ago. And then it was, I think a week or two later we were down there working. I was down on one of our main trails back in the woods that hasn't been open in a while, way back in the back of the property down in Southern Ohio, same farm from that shed, and I was walking down the road clearing it out with a chainsaw, and literally right in the middle of the path, literally we just had to walk right down or drive down. I could have found this, but this was from I think 3 springs ago. We had this buck. He was like I think little 2 or 3 year old, nice 8-pointer. I found his other side right above where I found this one, probably 200 yards that spring that he dropped, but never did match him up. But not a single chew on him. Lay there right in the middle of that trail, and just never seen it, never been down there, but opened that trail up and it was laying right in the middle. But just a cool shed, and pretty cool not to have a chew on it with it being that old. But just another one just missed right in the middle of the trail. And then what one was next? I think it was this one here. My brother Dale actually found this at his place. He has 5 acres, and he was running a feeder out behind his house this fall, but never hunted or nothing back there. Just had it there, and he had a couple bucks, not many, and his whole property's enclosed in fence. But he went back there, and he hadn't been feeding for a while, and went to move the feeder, and he moved it the day before and didn't even see the shed laying there, and then went back the next day to do something else right there by, and it was laying there in the grass. Checked his camera that was sitting there, and sure enough, he missed the day before. He was laying there in the grass. But just a pretty heavy little guy, just another little one, but he's heavy all the way through. Back in March probably again, and then we went back down south to the farm down south, and we were doing a bunch of work, and I was clearing probably about 100, 150 yards from where I found this a couple weeks prior, and I was up in the top there, clearing out. It just fell on the ground, but clearing out trails up top and some old fields and old trails that we haven't cleared out in a while, and I looked out in our field and seen this set basically laying right beside her like this, and I was like, man, that's a pretty nice set, and he doesn't have much for width or straight out, but he curls in real hard. He's got a lot of mass, a lot of character. I know this deer real well. Didn't show up nearly as much in late seasons. I thought he moved away, but he obviously didn't, because he was just showing up like once or twice in 3 to 4 weeks and just not on camera much. But he's super cool. I'm pretty sure he was 3, possibly 4 this year. There's just not much to him, which a lot of our bucks down there will get like this, where they curl in real tight and they're real stubby and just got trash all over, like that buck right there and a couple others in here. But I think he's for sure 3, possibly 4, but we've been watching him the last 2 or 3 years, but he's going to be a stud. This is really cool. I've never seen that. It's like a hook back here. Got a tine starting there, split brow. I'm sure he'll split this off. He's got a point starting there, but just a lot of character, and I'm hoping he blows up this year. He'd be a cool deer to see. and if not, for sure the following year he'll be a shooter. But just a lot of character, and he was cool. I was pretty excited to find this match set. One of my favorites of the year for sure, but not a giant, but still cool. And then these ones were from turkey hunting. We were down in Kentucky hunting for opening weekend. It was the second day of season there, and this 5-point side was laying out in the middle of this wide open bottom. We were done hunting on the second day of the season, getting ready to head home, and I'm walking through this tall green grass in this hayfield where it's starting to, spring green up, and I look over and just see these tines. I'm like, man, that's like a shed, and we're in a cornfield, which it was tough to see. But sure enough, walked over and found it. And I was running a camera down there this year, and I'm pretty sure I have pictures of this buck too, 1 or 2 pictures. But for down there where we hunted, it's a pretty nice buck. I mean, he's probably 135-inch 10-pointer, I'd say. But he'll be nice to see this year and definitely be a shooter. But just a cool buck. My first shed I actually found down there ever. And then not 5 minutes later, we're just walking down the middle of the driveway, and I look over and where the neighbors have their house where it's mowed, and right on the edge of the lawn, I see this one laying there within 5 minutes, and find my first 2 sheds down there on the Kentucky farm. But just a little 8, but it was pretty exciting, pretty cool. But yeah, this one was pretty nice to find though down there. But and then we were turkey hunting here in Ohio on a piece of property, and this is a buck we know real well. I got a lot of footage of him this year. He's nothing special. I think he's honestly a 3-year-old, but we called him tall tines because these tines are real tall back here. He's obviously busted off on his other side. He didn't bust, and it's real tall. But yeah, I've filmed him a lot. I got thousands of trail camera pictures of this buck, and he'll be a nice one in 2 years. And he's just got cool stuff, but just a nice little 8. We found this one turkey hunting as well. We were actually getting set up on 2 toms, and I'm walking down the tree line and trying to find a tree and look down. This is laying right there, but pretty cool find. But yeah, that's basically everything we found for the year. We didn't shed hunt nearly as much as we wanted again, just with turkey hunting and doing all kinds of other stuff for basically getting our fields and everything ready for deer hunting and deer season and clearing lanes. But all those sheds and this basket here full of sheds is all the ones we found this year. And then there's that Drake's got a couple that he found at his house, and there's that big buck, the big 6 that we have on camera. I got one of his sheds over there. Yeah, here it is. There was that one, and then Drake's got the other one, but one of the biggest ones we found this year, just heavy, big antlers. But not too bad of a season. It was probably around 30 or 40, and we found quite a few dead heads, which is always a shame, but always seem to find them every year. You can't control all that. But looking forward to next year, but not too bad. Now we're getting into doing our food plots and getting ready for deer season, so we'll be getting up some content on food plot and then trying to get us some other hunts as well that we haven't been able to get up on the YouTube channel. But make sure to go like and subscribe. We really appreciate all the support, and look forward to sharing more with you.